Well, it could be a couple more days before a judge decides whether to keep a Granbury man in custody until trial. He's charged with seditious conspiracy for his alleged role in the Capitol riot.
A hearing was held to decide whether the founder of an anti-government group should be held today. Federal prosecutors told a U.S. magistrate that the leader of the Oath Keepers, Elmer Stewart Rhodes, is dangerous, destroyed evidence, and is a flight risk. Defense attorneys call it disingenuous to claim Stewart, a Yale Law School graduate, is a flight risk a year after the riot. They also told the judge he's being punished for his so-called political opinions. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has our story. Sean.
And they want him released, Steve, to relatives until trial. They say he's not a flight risk, he doesn't have a passport, and he's been cooperating with federal agents since May. Magistrate Kimberly Priest-Johnson says she'll issue a written opinion, next couple of days or so as to whether Rhodes should stay in federal custody.
I think today went really well.
A detention hearing for Elmer Stewart Rhodes, Oath Keeper founder, charged with seditious conspiracy for his role in the January 6th Capitol riots. A hearing where the government has to prove Rhodes is a flight risk or continuing danger to society to keep him in custody.
The judge asked some very pointed questions of the prosecutor when we elicited the fact that if he was so dangerous, why did you wait a year to come get him? These indictments started in January of last year, and they've waited literally 13 months to come get him.
The defense says the indictment details things from November 2020 to January 2021 and nothing since. And that gives them a roadmap for Rhodes' defense.
And so in means of strategy for trial going forward, we think today was a home run. We've got the agent and the government pinned down to kind of a window of acts that they say he did that gives us something to focus on when we go to trial.
Defense attorney James Lee Bright denies the government allegation that Rhodes was a co-conspirator, planning and preparing others for a revolution.
In November and December of 2020, if you'll go back and look, they specifically went to D.C. to offer protection for both of the Stop the Steal rallies. Again, you can disagree with the basis of the rallies and all of that, but what they did was provide protection.
And James Lee Bright says that's what they were doing January 6, 2021, arguing Rhodes and the Oath Keepers did not go into the Capitol.
As an organized group, that's true. If some of them acted individually, which some of them did, so did several thousand people.
Defense attorneys telling the court Elmer Stewart Rhodes is too high profile to flee, and that's not who he is.
Whether you believe in what he stands for or not, he has a very public platform that he wants to put forth. And for him to duck and run and avoid a trial thwarts all of that.
Well, both sides, the government and the defense, say if they lose, they plan to appeal to the district judge. This is a magistrate hearing it now. They plan to appeal to the district judge, so there would likely be another detention hearing in D.C. Listen, if the magistrate, though, would recommend or write an opinion saying Rhodes should be released to family till trial, that would deal a big blow to the government. I mean, over 700 people have been arrested and charged, 11 with this most serious seditious conspiracy, Rhodes among that small number. And if the magistrate felt that he was not a continuing threat, that could hurt the government's case.